With a booming fashion industry throughout the country, more Chinese elements are being taken into consideration when it comes to global fashion trends. Now, Chinese designers are also taking their work global and creating a unique Chinese fashion style. For more on the Chinese fashion industry, our reporter Laura Schmidt has more.
The Met Ball Gala, considered one of the most important fashion events of the year in New York City, is a stage for celebrities to flaunt their style and for designers to showcase their trends. Last year the theme was China through the looking glass, a nod to the increased importance of this country in the global fashion arena. The interpretation of Chinese elements by international stars ranged from the elegant to the outright surreal. But did they hit the mark?
Chinese fashion, two words that conjure up a multitude of images in the Western mind. Images of phoenixes and dragons, grand designs of an imperial past. But what defines modern Chinese fashion? To find the answer to that question, the place to be is arguably Shanghai. At the forefront of the industry in China, maybe even in Asia, it is here that we witness a new era in Chinese fashion.
之前说中国风格，人可能就会想到龙和凤凰。你觉得这是中国风格吗？
一般可能穿的比较少，可能舞台上面啊，或者是电视剧啊、电影啊，可能会运用的比较多。
那老百姓现在穿的是什么？
中国风还是相对比较少。
就是有民族性的东西。然后我觉得，如果你自己很会穿衣服，可以把一些民族的东西穿在日常的话，是一个很酷的事情。
Since the opening and reform, China has become known as the world's factory, with the era marked by the brand Made in China. Subsequently, the rise of the middle class has transformed the country into the world's largest market for luxury fashion, almost exclusively dominated by imported brands in the past. But now, designed in China is on the rise, as Chinese designers push the domestic fashion sector to a whole new level.
在以前，我们之所以不关注中国设计师，是因为我们选择很少，能够做得很成功、很出色的中国设计师没有几位。而现在，越来越多的中国设计师获得了非常好的这种良好的时装教育，他们有非常高明的时装剪裁设计手段，他们的作品也越来越跟国际化接轨。
If you want to discover the latest fashion trends in China, the place to go is Huaihai Zhonglu, Shanghai's answer to Fifth Avenue. On the street corner, the most prestigious location is occupied by the Hermes flagship store, along with Shangxia, a locally grown high-end lifestyle brand.
In Paris, but I think I still focus. We want to take the heritage from the past and transform this heritage into, contemporary design, the trendy style, the new lifestyle, correspond to the young. I think this kind of dream, the revival of traditional crafts, the revival of the Chinese design, creativity.
Jiang Qiong'er is today an internationally renowned. Studying in Europe has brought a cosmopolitan and cross-cultural approach to her creations, while at the same time she embraces her heritage. The Shangxia brand, established 5 years ago, was the brainchild of Miss Jiang and Hermes CEO Pierre-Alexis Dumas. Its aim? To create a 21st century lifestyle grounded in the finest Chinese design traditions.
So this is the scarf, and I talk about that. The bamboo weaving, you see. We have a team of permanent looking for artisans, crafts, know-how, atelier. So with the R&D, the research and development department, the team, today we are still looking for these atelier and crafts. Yeah. When we discovered the bamboo weaving crafts, they are weaving the animals like elephant or insects, but you don't use a bamboo woven elephant in your daily life. So what we try to transform, for example, we use it into the tea service. It's separate, protect your hand from very hot water. So this is a good example, is about functionality.
In their collection, they try to incorporate ancient or unique techniques in every item. A hybrid of historical Chinese elements and modern flair, there is something about the look and feel of their collection that is still unmistakably Chinese.
So here we have a very interesting example of a piece of clothing. As you can see, there are no seams or hems. That is because it is made by rubbing felt and cashmere together. This is based on an ancient technique used by Mongolian herdsmen to make yurts. What's more, this is actually a Han style. So what we have here is a mixing of the different cultural influences present within China, plus the preservation and even reinvention of traditional Chinese crafts.
The brand strives for high quality in its products. Though it naturally comes at a high price, such quality and labor-intensive craft work is these days an exception in an industry that values speed and profit, where it is rare to find an approach that is not just looking for a quick fix.
So when you take time to do everything well, and with the vision of we are not only here to earn today's money. So in this kind of mentality and vision, everything is different.
A Chinese presence is also increasingly to be found on the world's catwalks. The Fashion Fringe Award, the grand finale of London Fashion Week for over a decade, supports young designers in launching their labels. In 2012, Wang Haizhen became the first Chinese designer to receive the coveted award, handed to him by Christopher Bailey, CEO of Burberry.
It was thrilled to be selected, to the final, and eventually I won the award. So it was such a pleasure and a privilege to have such an honor. So it was great.
Having started out in interior design, Wang admits to accidentally applying for a clothing design degree and falling in love with it. He was later admitted to Central St. Martin's in London, one of the top design schools worldwide, where he undertook advanced studies in fashion design. His style is generally described as playing with Chinese elements in his choice of cuts and fabric to develop a trendy style.
I've been always focusing on the silhouette and the body construction and the functional at the same time. So I think at first most of customers will feel the impression of the fit and the confidence when you wear something that brings out the atmosphere of a mood. Yeah.
不可否认，他们有最先进的时装的这种剪裁设计的技术，他们有这么多年沉淀的工艺，他们有非常严格成熟的体系去运作时装，运作每一场秀的发布，运作每个设计师之间的相互交流。而我讲过，中国时装其实起步很晚，我们花很短时间在努力去追赶别人的脚步。
I think China follows what Italian and Japanese stamps. It's like a circle. Everyone has their own role, and when you reach a certain level of manufacturing, then you have the base.
With production costs rising, manufacturing is not as profitable as it used to be. The industry finds itself at a turning point, with the government-led design boom apparently the way ahead. In an effort to rid Chinese design of its copycat reputation, a stage was needed on which the country's designers could debut. And so Shanghai Fashion Week, China Fashion Week in Beijing, and Shenzhen Fashion Week came into being.
Has there been a shift in the appreciation of fashion or the opinions on fashion among Chinese people?
The better the economic China gets, more and more people, they will ask themselves, why I am an entrepreneur from China? What is my ID? What shall I dress? Where shall I live? What is my lifestyle? So little by little, it's not like mainstream yet, but little by little, we can feel that trends. More and more Chinese people, they have the confidence. They have the confidence to pursue their own style.
The days of crazy expansion are over, even in China, where foreign brands are reducing their activities. They are leaving a gap that young Chinese designers with a better understanding of the elusive Chinese consumer are only too eager to fill. This is their opportunity to build a new fashion era, characterized by a more refined and personal style.